Folks, what's going on? HeirofCarthage here. Last night I did a stream in which we did some fun battles that were based off of the replay, or the format from the replay that was sent in to me by XMT Way. He actually joined the stream as well. And then the format came from a tournament that was run by RTK Human Boy, yes. He actually sent me a Discord message and gave me a link to his Discord in case any of you all want to join the tournament where they play in this format. But the format is, I'm calling it AI Allies. He may have his own format for it, but essentially, two players go head-to-head. But it's a 2v2 because each player picks a allied AI-controlled army, and then they bring a single lord to support the AI army. So I'm playing against Regina D, who's one of the members of my community. She joined the stream. She is rocking the Archmage of Fire with Avalorn, and she is supporting an army of Druchii. We were kind of picking meme picks, you know? Stuff that would basically fly in the face of the lore. And so she brought Avalorn leading Nagarond, and I brought, just to be kind of in the face of the lore, Noctilus leading Saltspite, because apparently the two hated each other. So Saltspite's army has a couple of Depth Guard, and then a bunch of Bombers and Chaff, deckhand mobs with pole arms, and then I've got two Carronades, and I've got two Mortars, and a Gunnery Wight for support, and then in the air, I've got some deck droppers with handguns. Regina's Archmage is on a dragon here, and the dragon is going to give her breath attacks. I'm hitting her right now with the bombardment ability from Noctilus, which is really good. This dragon has got to be a high priority for me. Again, all these other troops you're seeing here on the battlefield on both Regina's side and my own, outside of the dragon and Noctilus, are all controlled by AI. So if you're like, what? Who's controlling this stuff? It's the AI. So part of this is you need to pick in such a way that hopefully the AI will have troops they can do well with. And then when you pick a lord, how well can you use that lord to support the AI troops that you've picked? So deck droppers I was hoping would be kind of skirmishy and annoying, so that's why I picked in the artillery again. I was hoping that the enemy AI units wouldn't be smart enough to go straight for my artillery and I might get some damage. But of course this nice map for Noctilus is of course the, what do you call it, the big maelstrom where you live. It's the, oh crap, I can't remember the name of it right now. I'll remember the name of the map later, but anyway, this is the map where Noctilus's faction is headquartered on the map. So anyway, we've got this battle underway. The map is not good for my artillery, and then Regina picked Prone Hellebron. And, I mean, she has put a lot of buffs over here. Look at this Gaze of Cain buff on all of her infantry. So her infantry is causing some pretty stupendous damage right now. And, I mean, she is up here tanking. So I decided to drop a Pit of Shades and kill some of these tightly packed Druchii. And it ends up working pretty well. Got a good number of kills coming out of that. You can see with Noctilus the kill count rising. I've been using my bombardments on the Fire Mage. She got rid of Saltspite. So she did well there. But yeah, Saltspite was gotten rid of. Now I'm trying to do a little bit of damage under Regina's Archmage, though Noctilus is not really built for killing an Archmage super easy. He's going to do pretty good, though, against these blobs. You can see Hellebron still tanking over here. But I have a lot of chaff left. On this flank, my chaff is engaged with Bleak Swords. There are some Dark Shards firing from a distance, which is actually a real problem for me. I do have some mortars that the AI is shooting at them from a distance, but they're not particularly accurate. But both armies are kind of blobbed up. At the moment, I'm feeling pretty comfortable. I mean, Regina's Archmage has taken a lot of damage. I've damaged a lot of her units, including Prone Hellebron, and her Death Hag and her infantry, so I'm feeling pretty good about my chances here. You can see the power bar growing even more in favor of me at the moment. But Regina doesn't give up. Look at this nice bombardment there from her Archmage. That caused a ton of damage on my bombers and some of these other units. Saltspite did come back. She's only got 5 hit points, by the way, which is a pretty impressive return. I was very lucky to have that happen. Look at this. The Dark Shards over here totally cleaned up this fight against my chaff. She's got another Sorceress of Fire over there. Finally scored a couple of hits with that mortar. Regina at this point doesn't want my artillery to stay alive, and so she's going to bypass this main fight that hasn't gone great over the last couple of minutes. But she's going to head back towards some of my artillery, but not before she stops to do a little a fireball here. That was targeted at Noctilus, who I'm controlling. And I've been using Noctilus and his ability to mostly bust blobs, and I figured he would do pretty good against Crone Hellebron, but look at the stats on Hellebron right now. Yeah, she's geared towards anti-infantry, but she's got a lot of armor-piercing damage and over 700 weapon strength. I am totally underestimating her capabilities right now, and you can see that the power bar stopped going up for me, and now that the artillery's under fire, you're going to see the power bar keep coming back down towards the middle for Regina. So what I thought was going to be a relatively easy finish for me, just trying to get rid of some of her hand bows back here, is actually kind of getting a little bit desperate at the moment. I've used some summons with Noctilus to try and help give me a little breathing room here and keep Hellebron busy for a moment, but some of her troops are regrouping, and I've really got to get rid of Regina's dragon if I want to have any chance here. Again, still a decent chance for me, all things considered. Hellebron's got to cut her way through a whole bunch of zombie chaff and a gunnery wight before she'll be able to come after me. And of course, I heal over, or I don't heal entirely over time, but I can heal if I have enough magic. Noctilus, I'm going to use Arcane Conduit here. I'm taking some shots at Regina's dragon. I did manage a hit there, but she's going to keep going for the artillery. She doesn't want to lay off that artillery, and I don't blame her. It's definitely the right move. Goes Crone Hellebron again with the Witch Brew. Artillery's still getting a couple of shots in, but they're actually about to get knocked out too. I can't really protect all this stuff very good anymore. Let's see what the White King does. He's trying to skirmish, but now he's going to go into melee with Hellebron. Hellebron is pretty strong, and she's anti-infantry, so she's going to give this gunnery wight the beating of a lifetime. Look at that. She just destroys him. He definitely should have kept his distance and shot. And then Regina used a breath attack, and a little bit too late I noticed it, and I took a ton of damage off her breath attack. And now the power bar actually swung back to her favor, and what a few minutes ago was looking like a very winnable situation to me now is looking completely unwinnable. Hellebron beat the crap out of my gunnery wight and just plowed right through, and now I gotta fight a dragon, which isn't great for me. And despite, you know, having roughly the same health, the dragon's gonna be better in this fight, and then here comes Hellebron too. So Regina pulled this one back, and she is going to snag victory from me here in a pretty epic battle here in this format, because sometimes when you play in this format, it's, you know, a little less clear. Like, basically, like, one person may snowball depending on whether people got a very serious pick, where their pick just didn't work out good, or, you know, a mistake by the AI. You never know, but this one was very close, and Regina did a good job there, I think, at the end, using that breath attack. She took the artillery off the field. That hurt the balance of power. And not only that, she used that breath attack very well at the end. It made a big difference. So I was racking up some damage with Noctilus. He's up to 3671. But if you look over here, look at that, 4211 from Regina. So an excellent job there. On my end, Salt's fight did terrible. The gunnery wight didn't do great. And really, honestly, none of the rest of my units did much of anything impressive. I wouldn't have expected much impressive many of my units except for the depth guard, and one of them did get some pretty significant damage done. Some of this probably came from the death hag because they only had 27 kills, but if you look at the damage value, it's pretty high, so they probably got some damage done against the death hag or Hellebron. But Hellebron ended up just owning them in the end. It didn't matter. This bomber did a pretty good value, this one as well. But let's go take a look at Crone Hellebron here. Look at that. So on top of Regina's 4,000 points, Hellebron picked up 3191 under AI control, which is just downright impressive. The Death Hag also did very well here, so I think a good value for Regina on that as well. So fun battle. Hope you all enjoyed this one, and of course, Heir never shows his losses, so you all didn't see this, and just forget that it ever happened, because I have never lost a game in Total War, ever. Or at least that's what I keep telling myself. And the meme of Heir never showing his losses must continue, so if you feel like it needs to continue, feel free to go in the comments and make the comment that Heir never shows his losses, and perhaps someone won't even notice the sarcasm and might respond to you in a serious fashion. In any case, hope you all enjoyed this one. HeirofCarthage signing out for now. I never lose. I will see you next time.